What's up, beautiful people? Welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to talk about the full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius happening on Wednesday, May 26th, 2021 at 7:14 a.m. East Coast time here in the United States, or 4:14 a.m. on the Pacific Standard Time, so on the West Coast here in the United States. So please adjust for your time and your day as to where you live in the world, okay? So we're gonna hop into this video. I actually wanted to start with, I'm really enjoying this Moonology book, okay? You know, I'm learning astrology, you guys. So, you know, why not use the tools that are available to us, okay? So I wanna read a little bit of this. I have an actual astrology type of deck here that I got here in Sedona, Arizona. And then, of course, I'm going to pull some other angel cards, some other cards, and really see, you know, what other information we need to know about this full moon for you guys specifically that'll be watching this video. Okay, so I want to get into this, and I find this very, very interesting. In this Moonology book, this says for full moon or lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, it says this full moon is especially good for Aries, Gemini, Leos, Libras, Sagittariuses, and Aquariuses. But it is more challenging for everyone else. Unfortunately, I fall into that. I'm a Taurus. So, listen, my beautiful people that are not part of any of these that I said, it's going to be a little bit rougher on us, but that's okay. All right. So it says the energy is fun and it may prompt many sighs or reliefs. These are the top 5 questions to ask yourself during this full moon energy. Have I been too flippant or carefree to the point of being careless or irresponsible even? Number 2, have I been letting myself down or by allowing myself to get distracted and bored? Number 3, have I been overconfident to the point of arrogance or too preachy? Number 4, have I been a commitment phobe to my own detriment? Number 5, have I been seeing the bigger picture? So the way that I'm seeing these top 5 questions that we need to ask ourselves and sort of reflect upon, okay, is really asking ourselves, like really, what have we been doing lately? You know, have we been thinking that we know it all? Have we been thinking that, you know, there's not room to grow, or that, you know, you're very content in where you are in life, or have you really been sort of like possibly, you know, off in la la lands, I'd like to say. I don't know why that's coming to my mind. So, but I'm saying that to, you know, it's almost as if like, you know, not really being structured is really what's coming to my mind. So this is really saying, you know, are you really being responsible in your life, or are you being too overly thinking that you know it all? It's like we need that, like that happy medium, you know, of being able to play and be carefree and being in flow, but also working towards a goal, you know, or working towards, you know, really maybe working towards our confidence, or working towards making some sort of commitments to ourselves, or commitments in our lives or in our structure in our day to day. Because life is really about that fine balance, you know, it is learning and working and actually, I don't want to say providing a service to people or to humanity, but it is like providing for yourself, you know? So what are you doing, or what are you building, but what also are you doing for yourself? So what are you doing for others or out in the world, and what are you doing for yourself is sort of like what's coming to my mind. So, you know, really, what is the big picture? So the message here says, life is an adventure, do not stagnate. Okay, so what that says to me is, for this full moon, is to not allow ourselves to continue to be doing the same routine, the same sort of, or the same lack of routine, possibly for some of us, you know, kind of checking in. Where are we? What have we been doing? Are we doing the same thing over and over and over? Are we sort of getting, are we sort of sitting in the same energy, or are we not really doing anything different, you know? Now this says, find a balance between speaking your mind and saying far too much. I found myself the other day actually realizing like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, you know? So this actually came up for me this week in a particular situation to where it was like, you know, I sort of wanted to divulge or, you know, give my thoughts and opinions. And then I thought, well, you know, is it really going to even make a difference? Is it really going to matter what I think or what my opinion is about this particular situation? And, you know, and then of course I found myself, you know, maybe I just needed to get out some feelings and emotions. And so, complete stranger of someone that I just had met, you know, got an earful about what I really thought and how I really felt, you know? So this is kind of really like, okay, you know, zip it. Nobody really cares. Or there's a potential that, you know, you're kind of going off on a tangent. I know I could do that sometimes. Or, you know, it's sort of just like, changing our view of, you know, is it really something that we need to say? Is it really beneficial to open our mouths, or you know, where is that fine balance of speaking or not saying enough? And where does that line lie? Okay. So forgiveness. So this also says so now is a good time with the full moon to write a forgiveness list. So this is a very awesome way, instead of doing like a releasing letter, okay, this is saying to open your mind to writing a forgiveness letter. So forgiving yourself, forgiving, you know, certain past situations. So, you know, I forgive, writing an I forgive list or a forgiveness list, and then burning that as your burn letter versus a release letter. You know, I release this, I release that. This could be an I forgive, which I think this is an amazing idea. I've never even really thought of that before. You know, I know in my release letters I have written I forgive, but doing a soul page of just forgivenesses is a different way of releasing and letting go, and using this full moon energy, especially because it's an eclipse. And is it a full eclipse? So that really means that the energy is very, very amplified. And this is really a time for, you know, big releases, big changes, really some huge potential massive things could happen for us. Now, it's interesting with some of these signs that aren't listed as you know, going to be able to sort of navigate through this kind of easily. So like, so Taurus, Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces. I almost feel as if there's a potential that maybe, I know for me being a Taurus and being a fixed sign, that sometimes it is hard for different changes to happen or occur, or to allow them to come in. That's a challenge that I'm working on. I feel like I do allow change a little bit more easier than I have in the past, but I still have like my certain ways of doing things, or how I like things to be done. And so that's where I really feel that this energy is also coming in and saying, okay, you know what? Like, it's time to sort of like switch things up again. Okay. Maybe you've been doing something for a little bit longer of a period of time, and let's sort of switch these things up. Now, there's also another beautiful tip or trick or something to also do as a burn letter in here. And this is interesting that they're saying it as a burn letter. So it's perform an entering a state of gratitude ceremony. So writing your gratitude list or a list of gratitudes and burning that for the full moon as well. Now, I will say that you don't have to burn things. And like I said, this is from the Moonology book, but I'm really sort of liking, because it's giving me brand new ideas too, you know? And so as far as that goes, that's really, I do know that when you write something down, okay, whether it is a forgiveness letter, whether it is a release letter, whether it is a quote unquote, Dear John, you know, you're writing your burn letters to specific people, specific situations, forgiveness letter, whatever it is, writing those things out, you're putting your energy into words. And then when you speak it, you're speaking it in your sort of verifying or confirming, you know, these things to the universe. And then when you burn it, it is a sacred ceremony. You know, it is releasing it off to the universe. It's almost like an instant prayer. Now, I would also continue to say that if those of you that don't have like fire pits at home, or you're not able to actually start a fire, like Arizona is very dry here. So it's very rare when people are actually allowed to actually have fires, okay, because it can be very detrimental very fast. So what I usually do with any burn letters is I actually just I have like a designated pot that I have, and I take that out on my balcony, and I will read my letter, or whatever my letter is, out loud. I will fold it once, and I will burn it in the pot, and then I will actually run water underneath, you know, run that pot, you know, under the water. And then I will dump the remnants of the paper, of the burned paper, down the toilet. So it's like you're burning it off to the universe, you know, you're speaking it, you're burning it, and then you're washing it away. Okay. So that is something else that if you haven't thought about doing that, that's what I do, but that doesn't mean that that resonates with you. So like I always say, take what resonates, leave the rest. So we're going to pull a couple cards from this beautiful astrology deck. So what is the information for those that will be watching this video about the Sagittarius full moon lunar eclipse happening on Wednesday, May 26th, 2021? What do we need to know? Any other information about this full moon in Sagittarius lunar eclipse? Any other information? Okay, we've got one card. Give me any more information. Two cards. Give me one more card about this Sagittarius full moon. Is there anything else that we need to focus on? Okay. Oh, beautiful. Wow. All right. So we have Aries and Mars. We have the sun, which says create and shine. Okay, so you can't have a full moon without the moon and the sun being completely across each other from in an astrological chart at the same degree. Okay, so this is amazing. And then we have Chiron, which is all about the wounded healer. So healing. This is a time of healing. This was also in reverse. I'm not even gonna lie. So this is like, don't be resistant to the healing that is being allowed or being shown to you in your life. This is a time to do a lot of deep inner healing work. Now, I am not going to lie. I don't know a whole lot about this deck. So I'm gonna use the little handy dandy book here. And we're going to read about this Aries and Mars. So let's see what this says here. So Aries. All right. So this says, now this I can say, I will say, okay, for you that are Aries, because this is coming to my mind. Hold on. Let me see. I lost the page here. I don't know. Okay. Yes. So this is a good full moon for you, Aries people. Okay. So, but I want to read this. Aries is also the first astrological sign. So this says, let's get moving. Aries has the spark to get things started, especially something new. Independent and self-directed. You love a challenge and relish opportunities to take the lead. You are the warrior, filled with spirit and infused with courage. Direct, impetus, and straightforward. You also have a potential for impatience and rash action. Eager vitality and willingness fuel your self-reliance. You are sharp, cutting through barriers so that you can move forward and make progress. Others are welcome to follow your lead, and you appreciate those who give you plenty of room to operate. You can be sharp in words and in action, and may sometimes be abrasive. The initiator, you love to chase, but may be bored once it's over. Your headstrong exuberance may be your signature, but watch for that tendency to be careless. When Aries is located in the Astro Oracle, you'll find your need to show independence through independent thought and action. Here you find the external sparks of ideas, so put them to use and get started on what's important to you. Use your creative energy and forge ahead with attention, bold enthusiasm. So the general message here, okay, and this is completely tying in, okay, to what I was reading from the Moonology book, is that this is now a time to really the Saturn in retrograde is also happening and is starting to fuel some of this too. So I really do feel like these things have been tied together. So showing independent thought and action, you know, so this is really starting to, if you've been the type of person who really hasn't been you know, taking responsibilities, or if you've been allowing yourself to get distracted, or, you know, you're not doing sort of like what you think you should be doing, if you've kind of fallen off the path maybe, or fallen into boredom, you know, or feeling like you know it all and there isn't anything else more for you to do. It's kind of like those both ways of finding balance. But I'm really feeling that there might be a lot of people in specific astrological signs that really need to sort of, I don't want to say like buckle down and sort of come up with a structure, but it's almost like really sort of allowing yourself to make commitments and sort of being responsible for your own actions, and to not get so distracted in your day-to-day, or distracted by what you think you want to do versus what you feel you want to do, and sort of taking some action. Okay, so this is really good. This follows the line with that, you know, show independent thought and take action. Okay, so the ideas and the thoughts that are coming in, use that to your advantage, and start, you know, using that, and what's supporting you. These ideas and these thoughts are supporting you. So forge ahead with these ideas with enthusiasm. Okay, now we've got the sun here. So I'm going to read the sun. All right, so we've got the sun. So it says the sun shows you where you need to shine. Here is your willpower, your capacity to express your individuality and make the best use of your personal magnetism. Your authenticity shines through this flame of spirit as you grow in harmony with your sun. You develop greater personal magnetism. Your vitality and endurance are seen here, and this is the place where you can become more physically strong. This quality also supports your capacity to lead, along with your ability to inspire enthusiasm and confidence in others. Tell the world you're here. Let your sunlight shine. Where the sun is located in the Astro Oracle, you find where you need to be noticed and where you may need to pay special attention at this time. It may be time to step into the spotlight, even if you are normally not comfortable there. So, I would say, what is your sun sign? Check into that. Also at this time, because we are sort of reworking, refiguring, we're releasing things, and there's a time of big change. So we might be asking to sort of like really, you know, step it up and step out, okay? Or step back up and out, okay? Potentially, regardless of your comfort level. This is sort of like a nudge, okay? And I'm really feeling that Saturn retrograde energy. And Saturn retrograde is going to be hanging around until October 10th. So we have 5 months of Saturn retrograde. So, but your sun sign, you know, check out your sun sign. Your sun sign may not necessarily be your birth sign, but check that out in your chart. Easy to find online for free. But this is really saying, you know, you might really need to pay special attention to, you know, what it is that you're personally wanting to grow or to produce, or to, you know, what are you shining within yourself, but also out into the world. Okay. Now we have Chiron, which is the last information. And Chiron is definitely what we need to focus on during this full moon in Sagittarius, because it is about healing, and it is, like I said, the wounded healer. Okay. So Chiron, where are you? Chiron. So this says Chiron represents your deepest sense of purpose and adds a subtle yet powerful drive to achieve a feeling of connection to higher values. But Chiron may also indicate areas of vulnerability or emotional wounds that require special attention. This is the wounded healer, and when the card appears in the Astro Oracle, it may be time to address those wounds and find your true shaman within. Where the card Chiron is placed in the Astro Oracle points to the place of your greatest wounds, which once faced, healed, and integrated, opens you to new health, great possibilities, and clear vision. Okay? So really, this is what this full moon in Sagittarius, I believe, is truly about, especially for those of us who are not of the ones that I listed that are going to be sort of having more ease and grace. Okay, so, it's the wounded healer. So for those of us, and like I said, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? But generally speaking, because this is the first full moon of the eclipse season, this is very, very massive change, big changes, big releases, really things that are coming up to the surface in order to be healed. So some of our deepest wounds might be coming back in order to sort of really revisit themselves. And I will say that I did just do the weekly video. So Monday through Friday, May 24th through Friday, May 28th. So you might want to check that out, because this specific reading is tying into that general reading of the tarot cards in which I had pulled. Okay. So I really do feel this is, something coming back up, something being revisited, and allow these energies to come up. Okay. Allow whatever is coming back, or whatever that is that you're thinking about, old wounds, old things. Maybe there's a new wound that comes up, or there's something that really, really needs to be released or healed around this time. This energy is blasting or bringing that up in order for you to finally let go of it, allow yourself to move forward, allow yourself to have these huge releases and changes for your most highest and best good in order for you to be able to move forward. Okay. Now I am going to pull an oracle card here. This is done. I believe the universe has got your back. Oh. Okay, we already got one card here that flew out. And what is the overall message? Overall message for the Sagittarius full moon. Okay, what do we got? We've got joy is the ultimate creator. Ooh, I love these cards. Joy is the ultimate creator. Okay, so not allowing ourselves to go into those negative aspects, not allowing ourselves to it's remaining positive no matter what. Okay, now the other card that I have here, I could have swore I just pulled this last week. Energy flows where my intention goes. I know that I pulled this recently. It's just a reminder, you guys, where your energy, where you're intending, or what you're focusing on, that's where you're in energy is intending and what it is manifesting. So really we have to say, okay, maybe this is about us setting the intention to be in joy, setting the intention to get through this challenge or possible challenge. Not all of us are going to be challenged with this energy, okay? But, maybe more of us than the rest, but that's okay. Some are going to flow very easily through this time. Okay. So this is just really saying, set the intention for healing. Set the intention right now, that you are going to we are going to allow whatever that needs to be healed during this full moon in Sagittarius to come through, for us to recognize, for us to feel the feelings we need to feel, for us to gain the insight, and for us to release it, heal it, integrate it, move on from it, learn the lesson, and to be able to move forward. Okay, so that this isn't something that we're sort of hanging on to. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time to release these things that are coming up. And so we can use this energy to the highest advantage point if we set that intention for that. All right, is there any last messages for this full moon in Sagittarius? Any last messages? Any last messages? Full moon in Sagittarius. Last messages Okay. So for some of us, this is improving our health, okay? So, this improving our health, well, this could be on many different layers and levels. This doesn't necessarily mean if on a physical body level. This could be an emotional level. This could be a mental level. This could be a spiritual level. This could also be on all levels. Okay. So this may come up for you in many different ways, shapes, or forms. So this is really telling me to pay attention to your body, your mind, your thoughts, and also your spiritual side, as well as your physical body. So if you've been dealing with some health issues or something like that, there might be something that comes up in order to prompt you to go to a doctor, in order to start working out, in order to start getting healthy. And this is great. So set the intentions, like I said, to understand what needs to be healed, and be open to that information, you guys, okay? And just do the best that you can with the information that comes in. Maybe writing a gratitude burn letter, writing a forgiveness burn letter, or a release letter, or any situations or people that are still lingering around, if they happen to come up in order to be healed because you're hanging on to certain things, then do not hesitate to write those things out, speak them to the universe, and then burn them, and then wash them down the toilet. Okay? So it's what this energy is here is for, it's what the energy, you know what I just said. Anyway, let's use this beautiful energy to our most highest and best good. Okay? So thank you for allowing me to do this reading. I hope this was very insightful, gave you some extra information. Let's have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful week. Let's let go of some stuff that we don't need to be carrying around with us any longer. Okay? So much love and light to you guys always. I will see you on the next video. Namaste. Bye for now.